Matt over here with ZL1 Addons, and today we're going to show you how to assemble your charger diffuser, our stealth diffuser, once you get it, because this product will ship disassembled. We're going to walk you through step by step how to put it together and prep it to install in your car. Let's get to it. So today I got, we call Big Mike. This is Big Mike. He is going to walk you through the process of setting it up or pulling it out of the box and getting it put together. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. So imagine you just opened your box and you took out all the extra packaging, was all around the parts, and Mike's gonna go ahead and pull them out and start the assembly process. So this part here is the main metal diffuser panel piece. So you'll either have ordered this in standard or the black powder coat. In this instance, this is the standard panel. This is the plastic portion that will be viewable from when you're standing behind your car. So be careful when you're cutting the tape here. You don't want to scratch or mar the actual plastic here. And it will be marked top side, so don't get that mixed up. That will face up. So next is the rear extensions with the fins, and then also our fin pack for the main diffuser. Now go ahead and open these all up and we'll show you the parts within. Okay, so we have the fins and the rear extension with the fin unpackaged with their hardware. Now this is where you're gonna know each fin is gonna be marked for its position on the main panel. So you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is also marked F1 for 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for the rear extension and the fin, they will be marked left or right side. So in this instance, this one's R for right, and same with the fin, R for right. So if you open them all up and get them mixed up, they're at least marked so you know exactly what's what, and then the hardware pack, same for both sides. So in this instance, there's stainless steel screws for the main fin. So we'll start with the main body, the main portion of the diffuser first. So what we found to be the easiest method is open your hardware pack. You'll use 4 of the stainless provided screws, and you'll start them in the metal panel and drill them in about 1/4 of an inch. And for that instance, that will allow you to line everything up, get the screw through here, and then you'll be lining it up on the plastic HDPE panel, getting it through there to then make it easier to line up for the fins. And again, the fins and everything are already pre-drilled, so the screws will go right on in, and you're not having to re-drill or re-tap things. So now that we got the screws started there, we'll go ahead and slide each fin in. So fin number 4 going into the number 4 slot. And if you're wondering the marks, are you gonna see them? No, we put the marks right where they'll never be seen. And you'll notice the main panel's notch, you'll want the fins to sit nice and snug in those notches. And again, we verify all the fitment because we do pre-assemble your entire diffuser before it comes apart and gets packaged to be sent to you. So now that we have the fins on the main panel, we went ahead and put the metal piece, lined it right up. So now that this is now a solid piece, it'll sit right on there. You can line up the holes here and it's gonna just sit where it needs to go. What we do is we screw these in so they're hanging out the bottom of this plastic panel, and I'll show you that when Mike, actually if you wanna do that one, I'll show him how far you have that hanging out. And we do that so that way it's really easy to line up the fin with the pre-drilled hole in the fin. So if we get down in here, you can see how the screw's sticking out just ever so slightly. And now we'll grab the fin, and I could feel it sit right in that hole that's already pre-drilled. And now we can put that screw all the way in. And now that's gonna be rinse and repeat all the way down for the next 3. One thing to highlight, and it's a little bit of a cheat, the fins are pretty loose because they're not screwed in position outside of the outside one that we just showed you. What I would recommend, and Mike actually recommended, is put your hand underneath as you're getting the screw to go through the metal and the plastic so you can feel just the tip and that the fin is out of the way. And then look under, get the fin lined up with the screw that's sticking in, and then screw it all the way in. It's best to do it one at a time instead of trying to get all the screws through at one time and then go back and forth on each one. It's a little more tedious, but at least in this instance, it will make sure you get the screw lined up with the fin every time. Okay, now that we have all 4 screws into each of the fins, this will pre-align the fins now for the center screws. Now these are going to be easy. The fins will be right in place and you can drop all 4 of the screws right on in there. So now that we have the main portion of the diffuser built, we'll move on to the side extension and fin addition. So the rear extensions are very straightforward. It's just the single fin. Again, you're gonna slide it right on the main plastic extension so this portion is actually gonna mount to your vehicle with the pre-drilled holes and the main clip, but we'll go over the install with the install section below. But here, the fin will just slide right on. And again, the holes are pre-drilled to mount the fin to the panel.
Fin up against your body and push it.
Yep. So as Mike just highlighted, you can just pick the whole panel up and push the fin against your body to make sure you get a nice tight seal. And kind of like we did, you'll want to pre-drill this screw in so it's sticking out just a little bit so you can line up the fin and make sure the hole is in the right spot. You probably nailed it already. Yep, you already did. And just put it all the way in. So this is the furthest screw away from the outside edge, and then there's one more to place, which is going to be right in front of the fin. And again, just mount that right in place. And that is all that is required for the assembly for the rear extension. Now on this one, obviously you're going to repeat that step twice because you have a left and right side, but pretty straightforward. So I hope that install video was pretty straightforward, and a lot of you guys are gonna ask, why are you shipping this product disassembled? Most often, we ship all of our products assembled to you outside of like receivers and stuff for tow hooks. But in this specific instance, this diffuser with how tall the fins are and the design is too large to ship with shipping that we feel would be reasonable. So the problem is a package to ship to Texas with this built is like $200, and we didn't think our customers would want to pay $200 to ship a pre-built diffuser. So in this instance, we're able to ship it at a much, much lower cost, and it's very basic steps to get this thing put together, so then you can just install it right on your car. Hopefully you guys can understand that. In the end, this was a decision made to save you money, and we hope you enjoy the product. If you have any questions, post them down below, or email us at info@ZL1Addons.com.